All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Let's step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Gateway Raceway. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Indycar Series hits Gateway Raceway today. It's that egg-shaped oval located just out of St. Louis, Missouri. Who's got what it takes to claim race number 4? It is our second oval on the season schedule, and this is a fun one. Hang on, boys and girls. This is about ready to get wild. And it's all live right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, a little IndyCar action in store for you today here on TurnLeftTV. It's Gateway Raceway, and it's the High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series. Let's get this party started. All right, thank you so much for coming in here and joining me on TurnLeftTV. Man, we've got IndyCars at Gateway. A fun track tonight here in the IndyCar Series. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV, owner of High Octane Racing League, and I am excited about this race. 150 laps tonight here, race number 4 of the season. It's the High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series Gateway Raceway. What a fun track. Today's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, no matter where you are in the world, Elite Hosting can provide you with a server that will supply your needs. Also, how about some WordPress hosting, online store hosting, VPS hosting, and shared web hosting? All of those available through EliteHostingUSA.com. Let's take a look at the track here at Gateway. Great track, man. 1.25 miles in length, located in Madison, Illinois. And I've mentioned this before when we've been at Gateway. I used to live out there, was stationed out there in the United States Air Force, and I've been to this track many times. It's a great track. Great track to watch a race, too. And a fun track here in the game. Banking in the turns 1 and 2 at 11 degrees, 3 and 4 at 9 degrees. And you see that egg-shaped oval really does add a twist, man. Going to have to do some downshifting into the turns. And a fun track at Gateway. Really like this track, and like watching the races, but also like driving it in the race sim too. Very fun track to be on, and this is going to be interesting to see how these guys handle the different strategies going into these turns 1 and 2 versus 3 and 4. Of course, this is race number 4 of the season. Next week, we will be at Road America for race number 5, a 30-lap race, back to the road course. Just our last road course of the season. And then following that, we have Indianapolis Motor Speedway on January the 27th to finish out the season here in the High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series. And I'll tell you what, man, it has been a fantastic season. Great competition this year in the IndyCars. Got some more racing later tonight. Iowa Speedway, man, we had a fantastic race in the Bushwhacker Series, Xfinity Series last night at Iowa, and I think the Saturday Night Thunder are going to be just as fun. It's race number 2 of the season. That starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 175 laps from Iowa. Beat the broadcaster night. Get out to the broadcast booth, get in the either driver's seat, and mix it up with the boys in this Saturday Night Thunder. We'll take a look at the standings coming into tonight's race. Alexei Salviev has control over this series right now. Eugene Fedorov sets second, Stanislav Pavlov third. Dennis Schuderchin is fourth, Dana Grover fifth. You see Gordon Carter, Claudio Bardelli Jr., Alexander Bashkov, Givaldo Spinella, and William Snowden rounding out the top 10. Page number 2 there, Hugo Correa in 11th, Emerson Sirkowski 12th, Ben Cage is 13th, Harvey Shepard 14th, 15th is Andre Fedin. Alexei Martinov 16th, Jesus Iglesias 17th, Roy Ton 18th, Henrico Alvarez 19th, and John Stanley sits 20th in points. We'll see page number 3 here with Hank Staniker, just one race under his belt, is 21st coming into tonight's race. High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks will be in action at Atlanta Motor Speedway on Tuesday for race number 6 of the season. 100-lap race from Hotlanta. Man, this is going to be a fun one. Good side-by-side racing at that track. And this Tough Truck Series has been fantastic, man. So coming up on January the 16th, that's Tuesday, race number 6 of the season at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series will be back in action next Friday, and there'll be a Daytona road course, little road course action hitting the Bushwhackers Xfinity Series for race number 3 of the season. We had 2 short tracks, and now we're hitting a road course. A little different feel in the Bushwhackers Series. That'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. All right, looks like these guys are headed over to the qualification session. I want to say thank you so much for coming out and joining me here on the YouTube channel. Hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button and subscribe to this channel and get some great content here. And smash that bell. You get updates when races are going live, just like today here with the High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series. Thanks to all those folks who have subscribed and come out and watch the races. And you can share my videos with all of your friends on any social media platform where you can share YouTube videos. You're more than welcome to share my videos here at TurnLeftTV. Looks like these guys are headed over to the qualification session. Get 2 timed laps. in quals. We got a couple guys out there on the track making qual attempts right now. Take a look at Andre Fadin. .27.244. Gordon Carter, the first time in the books, and Gordon Carter right now top on the grid. Fadin a little bit faster there. Carter's 2.44. Let's see how that holds up. That second sector there, not fast for Andre. Let's see where he lands. Andre Fadin right now, 8/1000ths. A little bit off pace is Gordon Carter now, 26.454. Take a look at Dana Grover. Oh, Dana Grover's had some trouble in the wall. Is Dana Grover spun in coming off the turn, it looked like. Take a look here and see what happened to Dana Grover. Yeah, he spins getting into the turn and backs it into the wall, so he's going to be starting in the back. Some of these guys looks like they might be waiting a little bit here before they go out. Eugene Fedorov, his qualification attempt. Looks like he's finished. Looks like he's had his quals. Let's see where Alexei Salviev and see what he decides to do. So some of these guys there, looks like they're waiting here, but John Stanley, I think he is coming out. John Stanley, one of our drivers from Canada. Quite a few drivers from the Canadian area. The Canada, the Canadian, yeah, the country of Canada. There you go. So John Stanley on the east coast side of Canada. Gordon Carter, the top time here so far with a 26.454. See where John lands here. Right now, fourth on the grid for John. A little bit of work to do here on lap number 2. Got a downshift, I think, in some of these turns here. I think feels a lot better, helps set up the car. And John Stanley, 27.546. Emerson Sakowski out of the grid, making his qualification attempt. So Salviev is the top time now. He's up there on the grid at 25.616. Woo, boy, that's lightning fast. 25.616, my God. Rocket powered. Surkowski right now third on the grid. Third fastest. Surkowski is fast here. 26.415 up to P2. Mid cage. His qualification attempt. So we're right now, Salviev is the top time with a 6.16, 25.616. He's got 2 races, 2 wins. 3 races, 3 wins, I should say. Dominating this series, and he comes out, gets a lot of laps in, loves Indy cars, and he's just a great driver anyway. He can get in really anything and make it competitive. GT3, stock cars, Indy cars, you name it. Guy could get in a wagon and make it competitive. Let's see what mid cage drops here. 26.759, fourth on the grid so far for Ben Cage. So Ben Cage with a 25.616. Got a new P2 here, and that's Matus Zielinski. About Mateusz Zielinski. That's what I think it is. He's going to have to suffer through my mispronouncing his name. First time I've seen that name. Mateusz Zielinski is P2. All right, looks like these guys effectively are done for quals here, so we're going to take a moment here to thank you for coming out here, and let's get this party started. All right, looks like we are back at it. All right, these guys are in the warm-up session. What am I doing with that right there, huh? Let's take a look at the qualification results. Qualifying in P1 is Alexei Salviev. Mateusz Zalewski qualifies in second. Ben Cage qualifies third. Emerson Sirkowski fourth. Gordon Carter finishes in the fifth position, or starts in the fifth position. Andre Fadin starts sixth. John Stanley seventh. Good qual there for John Stanley. Eugene Fedorov will start in the eighth position. Dana Grover ninth. Sean Jacobs starts in the 10th position. Starting in P11 is Dennis Judicic. Givaldo Spindola starts in 12th. Looks like Givaldo might have gotten disconnected, looks like. So right now, looks like about 7 minutes left in the warm-up session. And we'll get a chance to check out my keys to the race here. This thing, regardless of whether it's stock cars or Indy cars, is a little tough on tires, man. And, you know, it's easy to be really, really aggressive going into the turns here, and that will spell doom for your tires. So you're going to have to save those tires. Be patient. And also corner transition. You know, turns 1 and 2, very different from 3 and 4. So corner transition is going to be really, really important. Set up those passes, too. It's easy to be aggressive here. You're just going to have to be patient setting up those passes that I talked about, the patience. And then also make good pit stops. You know, you do have a speed limiter in the IndyCar series, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And I think most of it's going to be just finding a rhythm here, saving those tires, making sure you get through the corners smoothly and get a good run down the straight, and then set up your passes, time those passes, and it should be a lot of fun. So about 5 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. Next week will be at Road America for a 30-lap race. Race number 5 of the 6-race season. And our last road course of the season. And then following that on January the 27th, we'll be at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for a 100-lap race to crown the champion in the high-octane racing IndyCar series. Couple of minutes left here in warm-up. A little bit later tonight, we'll be at Iowa Speedway in the High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder. 175 laps. We had a great one last night. And, man, it should be a fun one, boys. Going to be a lot of fun in that car and at Iowa. Iowa's a fun track, too. Really had a great race at the Bushwhacker Series last night. I expect the Saturday Night Thunder to be the same here tonight. Racing starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I get out of the broadcast booth, get in the driver's seat, make it happen. We'll step on the gas. These guys restarting warm-up here. Somebody's got to change their car. Right now, these guys are, one of the guys has to get into a different skin here, so a little bit of a delay. Apologize for that. All right, looks like we are pretty close here. Sorry for the trouble. You know, it's broadcasting, man. I need more filler. Check out that Bushwhacker Series race from Iowa last night on the YouTube channel. And, wow, what we got going on here? Got our standings up. There we go. Franco Alvarez got the big win. An amazing race there, and it was a fantastic one. We'll be at Daytona Road Course coming up next week. 45-lap race, race number 3 of the season. And should be a great one, man. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. No cautions on that one. All right, I think we are ready to rock and roll. A little bit of a delay here, man. Wow. All right, boys, here we go. Here we go. Don't forget, this is the High Octane Racing League Indycar Series from Gateway Raceway, or Worldwide Technology Raceway. And we are ready to rock and roll. Let's take a look at the starting order here tonight. Let's take a look at the starting order. Alexei Salviev starts P1. Mateusz Zielinski starts in second. Ben Cage starts third. Emerson Sirkowski will start in the fourth position. Starting in P5 will be Gordon Carter. Andre Fedin starts sixth. John Stanley seventh. Eugene Fedorov starts in the eighth position. Starting in ninth will be Dana Grover. Dennis Hutchin starts in the 10th position. Hank Stedeker starts 11th. William Snowden starts in the 12th spot. And starting at 13th will be Sean Jacobs. All right, green here at Gateway. And Salviev on the pole here in P1. Ben Cage second. Mateusz Zielinski is in third. And we got a battle for P4 or P3. And looks like Emerson Sirkowski is going to get around on the outside. And a battle here. Ben Cage looking on the outside right now. Wow, early on, Ben Cage gave it a look on the outside as Salviev holding on to that position. He's been the fastest here at Gateway this week. Take a look at Gordon Carter here. He's running into 7th position. That thing got a little bit squirrely. Back into that, started coming around, and he was able to hang on to it. Eugene Fedorov right now running in the 9th position on the inside of John Stanley. Stanley in the 2 car up on the outside line, and wow, he's trying to peek here, trying to get around, hard to pass. Oh, Stanley might have made some contact with the wall. Stanley might have hit the wall here, and it looked like these guys, Stedeker's going to get around, Fedorov's going to get around. They're going to go 3 wide here if not careful. Man, that got a little crazy right there. Stanley holding on to that thing. I think he's got some right side damage. Salviev the leader. Ben Cage right there. Interesting track where you got a downshift getting into the turns. Sean Jacobs is in identical cars here. Sean Jacobs getting around. John Staley now picking up P11. Take a look at Dana Grover. Dana Grover to the inside of Eugene Fedorov. Fedorov on the outside line. Dana Grover on that inside line. And Dana Grover going to pick up that spot. Now up to P9. Hank Steneker just ahead in P8. Take a look at Emerson Sorkowski here running in the third position just behind Ben Cage. Sorkowski always fast. And running in P3. Sean Jacobs looking to try to pick up another spot here. How about this? Sean Jacobs, first time out in the IndyCars. Just bought the car a little while ago and the track. And here he does. He gets around Eugene Fedorov. So Sean Jacobs up to the 10th position. Making some moves here. His first race out in the IndyCars. Take a look at Mateusz Zielinski. Mateusz might have gotten into the wall there coming off the turn. Right now running in P4, just behind him is Gordon Carter in the 5th position. Been an eventful race, but has been clean. Take a look at Andre Fedin running in P6. A little interesting there for him today so far in the 77 car. Just ahead of him is William Snowden. Snowden to the inside. And getting around Mateusz Zielinski. So Snowden taking over a spot as Zielinski now falling back to the 5th position. Snowden up to P4. On the move is Snowden. Hank Steneker to the inside of Gordon Carter. Carter up on that outside line in the 56 car. And Hank Steneker gets by and picks up a spot. So Steneker now up to P7. Salviev starting to open up a gap now. 1.2 second gap on Ben Cage. This race right here so far has been pretty tame compared to what we had at Iowa last week. Had a great race at Iowa, but man, it was action-packed. Right now, these guys single file here. Hard to make passes. Take a look at Dana Grover here battling Gordon Carter. Grover to the inside. That Trax VR sponsor machine. Gordon Carter painted that car for him. And what a fantastic looking paint scheme. Gordon Carter's got some talent, man. Gordon Carter running in 9th. Dana Grover picking up P8 in the 89 car. Right now, looks like Salviev is in charge. Ben Cage in 2nd. Sorkowski 3rd. Snowden is in 4th. And running in 5th is Mateusz Zielinski. Take a look at William Snowden here. He's starting to climb up under the back of Surkowski. Surkowski running in P3. This is a pretty tight battle here. Cage, Surkowski, and Snowden all right there together. That is 2, 3, and 4. Andre Fadine and Hank Steneker battling it out. Steneker to the outside and Fadine to the inside line. And gets by Steneker. Steneker now back to the 6th position. Fadine up to P5. Now Steneker wants that spot back. Hank Steneker wants that spot back, and he gets her back around. But Fadine now gives up that spot after he worked so hard to get around. Take a look at Eugene Fedorov here. He has he's running in the 11th position. Just ahead of him is Sean Jacobs in P10. How about that? First race out in the Indy cars. Didn't even have the car and then end up in P10. Sean Jacobs having a good luck here. Yeah, Dennis, not sure what happened to you, man. You can see Dennis in here in the chat session. We'd much rather see him on the track. John Stanley is on pit lane in the IndyCar. Now, he is here on lap 20, and he hit the wall early on. And now an extended pit stop for John Stanley here in P12. As we take a look at our side-by-side view here, John Stanley on pit lane. In an extended pit stop here at Gateway. Take a look at Ben Cage here in the on the left side screen here, running at P2. He's leading the charge of that trilogy there. Cage, Surkowski, and Snowden all close together. Steneker tried to close in on these guys too and make it a four-way battle. So hard to pass here. This is a track where you really got to be up and race this track. Snowden is starting to close in. Let's see if he can't put Surkowski behind him. John Stanley on pit lane. Extended pit stop for that crew. See that gap there between the two, about 3/10 of a second. Surkowski a little bit better off 3 and 4. And now closing in 1 and 2. Steneker looked like he missed 1 and 2 there. Surkowski running into 3rd position, leading this charge of those guys that are all there running together. And it's starting to heat up here. I tell you, William Snowden looked like he really wants to get around here, on board here with William Snowden, as Emerson Surkowski holding on to 3rd, but William Snowden dropped back there just a little bit, but he gets a run, and it really is better in 1 and 2, I believe, than what Surkowski is. Surkowski's starting to open up a little bit of a gap now. Take a look at Hank Stedeker here running in P6. And again, closing in on these guys. He cut that group of 4. And on board here with Hank Stedeker. As you see Zielinski going high. Out of 3 and 4. And that's going to scrub off a little speed. 1 and 2 here for Hank Stedeker. You see Zielinski using that high line really close to the wall. Stedeker now closing in on Zielinski. Hank Stedeker now closing in on Matthias Zielinski. Hard to pass here. And a good battle. Take a look at Andre Fedin. Fedin running into 7th position. A good top 10 run here for him. Kind of out there by himself, but Dana Grover trying to close in behind in P8. This battle here is Hank Stedeker now catches Matthias Zielinski. Zielinski on the outside line, Hank Stedeker on the inside, and Stedeker going to pick up a position now in P5. Zielinski falls back to P6. And that Sirkowski-Snowden battle, too, is starting to heat up. Sirkowski in the 55 car. As Snowden just behind. William Snowden running in the 4th position. It'll also be interesting as these guys start to catch up to some lap traffic as well. Snowden now's got more to worry about here as he's lost a spot. And Sirkowski getting through. Guess that would be Stedeker getting through. Take that back. Hank Stedeker gets through. And Stedeker now setting his sights on Sirkowski. Hank Stedeker here late in this run, looking pretty solid here. Missed quals, started in the back, and now working his way up through the pack, already to P3. We'll take a look here as Zielinski. Oh! Snowden hits the wall. Snowden hit the wall and, wow, gave up a spot. That was crazy right there. This thing got just snapped around on him right there. Just snaps, and he smacks the inside wall. And Snowden, man, I'll tell you what, as Stedeker had gotten around, Snowden got loose right there, man. He was holding on to the thing. He was getting loose, and he got loose coming off the turn, bang, and slams the wall. So William Snowden off the pace now after slamming the wall. And he's going to have to probably get some repairs done to that machine, as Alexei Salviev is the leader. And that car just got loose on him. That's all that happened. Take a look. Hank Stedeker now close it in. Stedeker getting around Ben Cage to take it over P2. Now he's trying to set his sights on Alexei Salviev. That gap is around 9 seconds between the two. Ben Cage now back to the 3rd position. Zielinski and Sirkowski battling it out. Zielinski on the outside line gets around Sirkowski. Good pass there, man. Those guys were punching each other in the mouth a little bit. Let's take a look at that start of that sequence there. As Zielinski used that inside line, squeezing him down a little bit. Zielinski able to squeeze through. Now side by side and a crossover move by Surkowski. Surkowski gets by. Not quite. Oh, about inches ahead there, but Zielinski able to pull off that pass. Surkowski now back to P5. Zielinski had to fight for that one and got P4. Rolling up on some lap traffic now is our race leader. Alexei Salviev's got a 9-second lead over Hank Stedeker. Just ahead, Gordon Carter in P9. Going to let get the blue flag there and going to let our race leader get by. Sean Jacobs trying to close in here and give Gordon Carter a little bit of grief. Gordon Carter just ahead in P9. Sean Jacobs in his first race in the IndyCar series, running in P10. Take a look at Ben Cage here. He's running in the third position in the 15 car. Just behind him is Mateusz Zielinski. William Snowden in fifth. Andre Fadin now picking up a spot as it looks like Surkowski's come down pit lane. So Surkowski on pit lane. First of our cars to come down pit lane. Emerson Surkowski giving up track position to come down pit lane to take some service. Doesn't take too long to get 4 tires and fuel here in the Indy cars. Surkowski now using that access road to come back out. Now finds himself in P11. So the first of the cars to come down pit lane takes some service. Sean Jacobs looks like he is on pit lane as well. So Jacobs on pit lane. Approaching lap 50, that'll give us 1/3 of the way through. Laps click off in a hurry here as Jacobs finishing up that pit stop, using that access road to come back around. Back out on the track. Salviev's lead has not really grown. It's a little under 10 seconds, maybe a tad bit, but Stedeker had to weave his way through some lap traffic, or some traffic to get to that position, so we'll see how that shakes out. And all it takes is a little trouble with some lap traffic, a little trouble on pit lane, and Stedeker's back in the hunt. A lot of laps to go. Take a look at that gap there, about 10-second gap right now between P1 and P2. Dana Grover and Andre Fadin. Grover to the inside. Andre Fadin on that outside line. This is for P6. And Dana Grover takes over P6. Fadin falling back to the 7th position. So Dana Grover got the High Octane Racing League logo on the fin, on the wing. Running in P6. Fadin now back to P7. And he's got company with A little bit of traffic there behind him. See Dana Grover just ahead after making that pass. You hear the downshift. To the inside there as the race leader Salviev gets by. Good racing etiquette right there by Andre Fedin. Let's take it Eugene Fedorov. Fedorov running in the 9th position in that 8 car. Surprised we don't see the Snow Angel paint scheme. There's Snow Princess paint scheme. What's he got going on here? Oh, he does have a special paint scheme. There you go, man. Leave it to Fedorov. A good job with those schemes, man. Looks great. Last night in the Bushwhackers Series race, the Xfinity race, he said it was like almost minus 30 Celsius where he lives in Russia. That is crazy. Dana Grover is on pit lane. He's finishing up his pit stop. Now coming back out on track. Looks like John Stanley's retired his machine. Tough break there for John Stanley. He got some damage early on. And I know there, guys up on that East Coast, U.S. and Canada, are really getting hit by a monster snowstorm right now. And I suggest to you that the bottom's going to drop out too. I know for me here in Indiana, the temperature is going to be about 0 Fahrenheit tomorrow through a couple days, early next week. Dennis Van de Ven. Hey, how about Dennis Van de Ven, man? Nice to see him out here in the Indy cars. Dennis Uderchin just started. He said that was all in the plan to start, come out here, get a start, and then jump out. Andre Fedin running in 9th, in the 8th position. He is on pit lane. So on pit lane, Fedin here on lap 56. As Alexei Salviev rolling up on some lap traffic. Just ahead. On board here with Salviev. And those guys don't want to go a lap down. It's fair to race to try to stay on the lead lap. But I tell you what, Salviev has been unbeatable this season. And here he is getting around some lap traffic. P1 for Salviev. And that lead has extended to around 10 seconds. It's taken a while to get there. Staneker's really doing a good job of holding on. Staneker running in the 2nd position in the 48 car. He is a teammate to Salviev too, so those guys share a lot of information, do setup work together. Definitely still running Indy there, Dennis. Yep, Indy on the last race of the season. Next week we'll be at Road America. 2 races to go after tonight's race. Today's race, depending on where you are. Dana Grover and Andre Fedin. Dana Grover running in the 8th position. Good run here for Dana Grover. Great stock car driver. Really likes to race a lot of different things. And see the lap or the lead lap car getting by and putting Grover down 2 laps. in P8. Caution free so far. Don't mean to jinx it, but caution free. And I had a feeling we'd be this way. Look at this. As the race leader, Alexis Salviev, trying to get around some lap traffic here. And that is William Snowden. Snowden in the 7 car. And he finds himself in the 4th position, down 1 lap. That lap traffic has allowed Stennecker to close in just a little bit. Look at this, the 2 car to the inside. And the 7 holding that spot. I think Surkowski indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane, I believe. I think that was Surkowski. That is some lap traffic right there for Surkowski. And Surkowski does a great job weaving through that lap traffic. Alexis Salviev, I believe, is the one who mentioned that he was coming down pit lane, I believe. Make sure that I've got the guys right here. We'll see. Might have been Fedorov. Fedorov's on pit lane right now. I know, all Russian guys sound alike. I know, I hear it. Don't get me on that one. Just kidding. Because I don't hear the voices enough to commit it to memory. Salviev in control, but that lead has dropped down to 9.5 seconds. So it has diminished a little bit, and that may be more lap traffic related, and that could be a factor here too. All it takes is one little slip up by him or a car that he's trying to get around, or a little trouble to get around those cars, and things tighten back up. And he does another car lap down. Ben Cage now 1 lap down in the 3rd position. Take a look at William Snowden on pit lane. Snowden down pit lane to find his pit stall. Giving up some track position. He is in P5 right now. We'll see where he shakes out after he comes back out on the track. Gordon Carr to the inside of Andre Fedin. This battle is for position. That's for P8. And Gordon Carter in the 56 car back up to the 8th position. Hank Stennecker now to the race lead. Stennecker leading those laps, getting some points there for leading the lap, and now coming down pit lane, using the access road. So Stennecker in the 8 car on pit lane. We've got fences and poles and flags and everything else in front of us. Camera placement, man. As you see Stennecker finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. And Salviev is the leader. He's made his pit stop, and that lead has extended. You're now looking at 11.5 seconds, so a little bit better in and out for Salviev. Take a look at Sean Jacobs here, plugging away, man, right now in his first race out in the IndyCar series. He is 2 laps down, but he's got a couple cars there behind him. Looking to close in. He's only about 4.5, maybe 5 seconds behind Zelensky. So good run here for Sean, and I think he was really had a lot of trepidation of racing at all. Didn't even have the track, actually. He had the third-party version of Gateway. So he bought the track, came out here, and plugging away now. Having a good run. Andre Fedin now running in 8th. Zelensky is in the 9th position. William Snowden and Dana Grover here battling for position. Look at this. Dana Grover on the outside line. Snowden diving down to the inside and gets around Dana Grover. Oh, man, that car almost spun around on him. Wow, he almost lost that car. He almost lost it. We'll take a look here. Snowden to the inside, and he touches that curb as he, right there, and it kicks the back of that car around. And almost broke that loose. On board here with Dana Grover. We'll take a look out of the front of his car. And watch, he's going to see a little wiggle here. Ooh, little wiggle. Not too bad. That's just enough to scare you a little bit. We go back to live. A couple cars out of the race. John Stanley, Dennis Yudichin out of the race. William Snowden weaving his way through some lap traffic. He is running in 5th. Just ahead of him, Ben Cage is in 4th. Take a look at the gap there that separates the two of those guys. If it's going to give me this version of the gap, there you go. 2.8 second gap, 2.9, roughly around 3 second gap between P4 and P5. 77 laps in. Just past halfway. Take a look at Sirkowski running in the 3rd position. Ben Cage just behind him, and this is a good battle for P3. Ben Cage in the 4th position. Sirkowski is in 3rd. Out of the back of, that's Zelensky there. They all got the same car. The same kind of car. That's why I got to retire from broadcasting. Not quite as exciting there. There we go. So Sirkowski is in P3, and Zelensky running in the 9th position. Just see what I mean here. Here's Ben Cage's car. You see, they all got the pretty much the same paint scheme. Just the numbers are different. Ben Cage is running in the 4th position. A little bit of gap there for him. Eugene Fedorov plugging away here in the 11th spot. Fedorov had a great race last night in the Xfinity Series. Check that out on the YouTube channel. Here he is plugging away in the 11th position in the IndyCar Series. Gordon Carter letting the race leader go by. Salviev now clear track ahead. Gordon Carter running into the 7th spot. And a clean race, man. Caution-free race tonight as well. This is not a hard track, really, to race. It's one, however, that doesn't lend itself for a lot of side-by-side racing because, you know, it's kind of a single groove deal, I think, for the most part through the turns. But a fun track. I like this track. Not quite as racy as what we saw at Iowa. A lot of side-by-side racing there. Multiple grooves. Take a look at Zelensky here running in the 9th position. Just ahead of him, it looks like Surkowski running in 3rd. Yeah, I forgot. I'll tell you what, Zelensky does look to be a little bit faster, I think, than Surkowski. And I think there's no urgency. You know, he's not going to pick up a spot here and just going to leave Surkowski alone. Working that outside line a little bit. Trying to get a little toe. Peeking around on the inside. Sean Jacobs. Slow on the access road right now. Not sure what's going on with Sean Jacobs, but he is slow on the access road. Trying to make it to pit lane. Is he out of fuel? He might be out of fuel here. I don't hear anything running on that car. And that thing is going at a snail's pace. Is he going to make it to his pit box? Sean Jacobs, oh, come on, man. Is he going to make it to his pit stall? That's the question. He is, he's out of fuel. Totally out of fuel. There's no doubt about that. And it doesn't look like he's going to make it to his pit stall. Oh, my heavens, man. Just a little shy of the pit stall and has to retire his machine. Sean Jacobs running out of gas. My heaven. Salviev, the leader here, has a big lead over Staniker. Look at this, Ben Cage closing in now on Emerson Surkowski. Oh, Surkowski on the outside line. Made contact with the wall. It looks like he's going to lose 2 positions there as Snowden also gets by. Ben Cage and William Snowden both make a pass and pick up a spot. Wow. Take a look here as Surkowski in that. Oh, hard contact for Surkowski coming off the turn. Wow, he ran out of room. He absolutely ran out of room. That was a hard lick for Surkowski. On board here with him. Watch this. Just, oh, man. Absolutely slams the wall. Right here. Ooh. And Snowden did a good job of not sort of panicking there, because it was really, really easy, I think, for Surkowski to come back on the track. On board here with Snowden. Watch that. Car slamming the wall. Easy for a car to come back across the track there. Didn't panic and gets around Emerson Surkowski. Surkowski now back to P5. Snowden is in fourth. Lights are getting low here at, the sun getting low here at Indy. At Gateway in the IndyCar Series. Andre Fedin getting around Gordon Carter on the inside. Fedin now picking up a spot. Gordon Carter back to the 8th position. Andre Fedin now up to P7th. So some late race passing. Still got quite a few laps to go. A little over 50 laps to go. So Gordon Carter now back to P8. Take a look at Hank Staniker here running in the 2nd position. Since that pit stop, things are sort of stretched out there for Salviev. That gap between Salviev and Staniker. Quite a bit of gap now. Effectively doubled that gap there since the pit stop. And Staniker, after starting in the back, has worked his way up through traffic and finds himself in the 2nd position. Going to be a great points day here if you can maintain that spot in the IndyCar Series. Take a look at Gordon Carter here, running in P8 in a 56 car. A good run here for the 56. 2 laps down. We're going to close in on Andre Fedin. 3/10 separate he and Andre. See Andre Fedin in P7 just ahead. And this battle is for position. Fedin had gotten around a little bit ago, but Carter wants to close back in. Surkowski on pit lane. So Emerson Surkowski on pit lane here on lap 102. We'll take a look at Matthias Zielinski. He's running in the 8th position. Surkowski in P10, 3 laps down. Giving up some spots here to make a pit stop. And maybe, who knows, that might be his last pit stop of the night. As he finishes up his pit stop, coming back out on track. So Surkowski on the access road. See our lead lap car, and that's our leader is Alexei Salviev. Eugene Fedorov picking up a position there as Surkowski on pit lane. So Fedorov up to P9. Surkowski is in 10th after making pit stops. So he lost quite a few positions, but he is going to get those back when the rest of these guys have to come down pit lane. Take a look at Eugene Fedorov here running in the 9th position. Good top 10 run here for him. Closing in, looks like on Gordon Carter. Gordon Carter on the outside, and Carter is just 2 laps down in the 7th position. No reason to hold up Eugene Fedorov. Might as well let him go. That type of thing will be repaid to you, that's for sure. Looks like that wasn't Gordon Carter, that was Dana Grover. Wrong Canadian. And Grover does finish up his pit stop. He's now coming back out on track. You see the access road. Rejoining the racing service. Now in P9. Got a little work to do. He's got some spots to get back. Gave up the 5th position. Yeah, Salviev there diving down, trying to get around the car. A little bit of a lap car in the way. Little lap car. So lap traffic could be an issue. As you see that Salviev is starting to roll up on some more lap traffic here. Just ahead, Ben Cage in P3. Cage is 1 lap down. Take a look at Mateusz Zielinski running in the 5th position. So good top 5 run here for him. Dana Grover running in P7 after making pit stop. Dean back in P8, and now he is coming back out on track in a 77 car after making his pit stop. So he's lost a couple positions. Now finds himself in the 8th spot. Fedorov, Zielinski, Fedorov, and Grover all get by. The green flag pit stop's underway. Salviev right now is just absolutely putting on a clinic. Although that gap has diminished. I mean, with the lap traffic, the gap is down to about 16 seconds over Staneker, his teammate. But he is putting on a clinic, and not only in today's race, but also this season. Just a dominating performance. I think the biggest issue for Salviev was probably at Indy Road Course. The battle that those guys had at Indy Road Course was just phenomenal. And, he was convincing fashion in winning the race, but, not like we saw at Mid-Ohio, where you had, dominating performance. Last week, dominating performance at Iowa. And here he is putting on a clinic in the... Yellow. Oh, whoa! Yellow flag. A yellow flag, and it looks like maybe Zielinski might have come around. So Zielinski off the pace. Our first yellow here on lap 115. Hank Stenneker says, thank you very much. I'll take that. Tighten things back up, and this is interesting. Let's take a look and see what happened. So Zielinski just gets loose. He got up in that middle groove and comes around. And it doesn't look like he hit anything, but wow, Gordon Carter got a ringside seat for that. But right there, look at that. He just breaks the car loose. And almost into the wall. Stays out of the wall. Good news for him. Oh, he does smash the wall there just a little bit. Gordon Carter out of the front of his machine. Take a look at here. Right there, man, he squeezes through. Just broke the car loose right there. Just broke it loose. You see the back end coming around. He doesn't go all the way around. Oh. And then tries to get it straightened back up. And makes a little contact right there with the wall. There's going to be a little wing damage. On board here with him. Watch this. You can see this counter steer. Look at that, man. Just trying to keep this thing straight. You see Gordon Carter getting by. And then they're getting this car straightened back up. So pit stops underway, our first caution flag. And that tightens things back up a little bit. Stenneker saying, yes, I needed that. Now you might have some guys that came off pit lane, then maybe you're a lap down. That doesn't look like that's going to be a situation to try to get a lap back. And a busy pit lane. As we take a look at the side-by-side view here, Dana Grover coming back out there. A little bit of a little trilogy of cars. So, wow, here, caution flag, mixing things up a little bit. Gordon Carter's on pit lane taking service. Salviev's got some cars in front of him here on this restart. This is going to be interesting. We've got a lot of cars that are sort of, we've got from P5 back to P9 all on the same lap. Those guys might be racing for position here. It tightens those guys back up. Also, Cage and Snowden tightens those guys back up. 2 laps down. Stenneker now tightened back up with the race leader. So this is going to be interesting. So on lap 120, well, it was about lap 118, we had a caution flag. So getting things sorted back out. Single file restart. in the IndyCar series. And lap down cars mixed in, unless it's 15 or less to go. Lights are out on the pace car. So Alexei Salviev will lead the field to take the green flag here to start lap 121. Back to green. And Salviev gets a good jump. Look at this battle here. Ben Cage. Ben Cage running in the third position. Just behind him, you see Eugene Fedorov running in P5. Dana Grover is in 6th, so good battle there between P5, P6. And it is go time now, boys. It is go time. As Salviev, our leader, he wants to try to put as much distance between he and Steniker. Steniker running into second position. 1.9 seconds now. That is a lot better than 16 seconds. That gap now extending just a little bit. Can he make a race of it? Dana Grover, Eugene Fedorov. Dana Grover to the bottom side. Eugene Fedorov up on the high side, and Dana Grover picking up a position. Now up to P5. Fedorov back to the 6th position. Fedorov looking on the low side, though. Snowden mixed in here as well. Snowden just 2 laps down. He's mixed in that group. Take a look at Zelensky here on the inside. Getting around to Gordon Carter, not for position. Zelensky now sets his sights on Fedorov just ahead. William Snowden just ahead. Like William Snowden came around. And a caution flag is out. I didn't hear the caution flag. So Snowden is around. So another caution flag here, and we'll have to see what happened. I didn't hear the announcer yell the caution flag. So we'll take a look and see what happened. Let's take a look and see what happened. I don't know what I'm doing here. Take a look and see what happened with Snowden somehow out of the race here, it looks like. Dana Grover looks like he might have come around too. Take a look here. Oh, Grover comes around. Snowden comes around and hard into the wall. So look at this. It looked like Grover just, the back end of the car just broke loose right here, and this like synchronized spinning. Snowden gets into the wall. Grover gets into the wall. And going back to live, so those guys just got loose. So I did not hear the announcer yell the caution flag, so that was interesting there. That's why we kept on going. So sorry about that. Did not hear that come out. But it looked like we had two guys spin around the same time. We didn't really take a look at Snowden's spin event. But it looked like he'd come around as well. Just got in a little bit too hot up into the outer groove, and looked like David Grover was up there as well. Maybe that track's a little slicker right there. Fedorov had been, he had a ringside seat for Dana Grover, I think, coming around right there. Gets out of the gas, and those guys did a good job of avoiding that stuff. You may see some guys coming down pit lane here. It looks like Grover definitely on pit lane taking some service. But these other guys here, there ain't no way they're going to come down pit lane. Give up track position at this point. So cautions breed cautions. A little bit colder tires. Get up out of the groove and the car can break loose on you. And the aggression is turned up a little bit too. Don't forget, a little bit later tonight, we'll be at Iowa Speedway for 175-lap race number 2 of the Saturday Night Thunder season. And the Saturday Night Thunder is the Cup Series here at HORL. This Cup Series has been going on for 22 years. And great track at Iowa. Beat the broadcaster tonight. I get out of the broadcast booth, get in and mix it up with the boys. So the Iowa Speedway, very fun track, and that's coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here at High Octane Racing League. Steneker now back in the mix here, right behind Salvia. We'll see how this restart goes for these guys. Ben Cage is in third, Fedorov fourth. Zielinski is in the fifth position. 20 laps to go. All right, boys. About that time. We're getting ready to go back green. Pace car off. Salviev controls the start. Steneker in second. Cage third. Fedorov fourth. Zielinski fifth. Cage is the only car 2 laps down. So just behind him, the battle for fourth. Between some guys that are 3 laps down. Grover on pit lane. Looks like Snowden on pit lane. Extended pit stop. Snowden out of the race, it looks like, so it must have been a pretty significant hit for him. And now the battle for the race lead. Salviev, Steneker. Steneker got to get a little bit of a run here on Salviev. Down the stretch. Salviev a little bit better through the turn. Extending that lead again. Back up to 3/10, almost 4/10 now. Looks like he's a little bit better off of turns 3 and 4. Surkowski battling Fedorov. Surkowski to the inside of Fedorov. Fedorov in the high groove, and Surkowski getting around. So Fedorov now falling back to the 6th position, and Surkowski picks up P5. Andre Fedin just behind in the 7th position. He wants those guys to get racy. That'll help him out. This gap between P1, P2, now about 1 second. Salviev extending the lead. Kowski now making some more moves to the inside of Zelensky. Got some teammates there battling for a position. See Ben Cage, I guess not for position. Ben Cage gets around. Those guys are teammates. Zelensky now falling back to the 5th position as Sirkowski picks up P4. Good pass right there by Sirkowski. Take a look at that pass to Sirkowski. Sandwiched in between the two teammates, gets around on the inside. He didn't have a lot of room. He threaded the needle right there. And that's going to leave the door open for Ben Cage to get around, although not gaining a spot. He's in P3. Zelensky in P5. Approaching 10 laps to go. Closing in on 10 to go here for Salviev. Stenneker now 1.3 gap between he and Salviev. He's running into 2nd position. Take a look at Gordon Carter here, running in 8th in the 56 car. Behind him, Dana Grover in the 9th position. 10 laps to go. These guys can bring it home. Ben Cage, the lone car, 2 laps down in P3. He feels pretty comfortable, I think, right now. He doesn't want to see a caution flag. Just wants to finish this out and get him a podium finish. Dana Grover running in the 89 car. He is in the 9th position. About 3 seconds behind P8. Gordon Carter in the 8th spot. A little bit of damage there, I think, for Dana Grover in that spin. Getting into the wall. So that car's probably not handling the way that he would want it to. Want to get this thing home and get a top 10 finish out of it, which he will. And all I think Alexei has to do now is just hit his marks, not push the car too hard. It looks like Stenneker is starting to push things a little bit. Get that under a second. It does look like Stenneker is a little better through 3 and 4. Alexei a little bit better through 1 and 2 normally, although he looks like he's backed off a little bit. And Stenneker now starting to close in, now under a second. Are we going to see a race here for the win? Five laps to go. Take a look at it on the front of Stedeker's machine, and we'll also take a look at Salviev. Seven tenths, man. It is tightening up a little bit. Stedeker making a run for it. A little bit wide on that turn, but that may give him a good run down the straight. Three laps to go. Two laps to go here now for Alexei. Stedeker is in second. Under a second now, gap between the two. Does he have enough time? Going to need a little help, I think. Going to need a little help here to close in. Get it down to the 8/10 range, but can't do much with it after that. One lap to go. Down the backstretch here for Alexei Salviev. Into turn 3. Alexei Salviev to the inside, and he's going to bring home the victory here at Gateway. Hank Stedeker, his teammate, finishes in P2. Great job, Alexei Salviev. And so far this season, he is unbeatable. So a great job to Alexei. I would suggest there's a burnout in order maybe. He might not be into those celebrations. So great job to Alexei on getting the win. So a good job to Alexei and Hank Stedeker, the teammates. Let's take a look at the final results here. Salviev gets the win. Stedeker finishes in the second position. Ben Cage finishes third. Emerson Sirkowski is fourth. Mateusz Zielinski finishes in the fifth position. Eugene Fedorov sixth. Andre Fedin finishes seventh. Gordon Carter eighth. Dana Grover finishes in that ninth position. And finishing 10th is William Snowden. Finishing in the 11th position, Sean Jacobs. John Stanley finishes in 12th, and Dennis Shuchin finishes in the 13th position. So congratulations to Alexei on getting a big win. Don't forget the Indycar schedule coming up next week. Road America, back to a road course. 30-lap race. And Road America is a fun track. It really is. And I think the Indycar is going to be fantastic there. That'll be live here on TurnLeftTV. Coming up on January the 20th. All right, Alexei Salviev up here in the booth with us and gets the win here at Gateway. What was going through your mind when that caution flag came out there late in the race? Because you had a really good gap on your teammate, Hank Staneker.
Yeah, I was kind of not happy about it, you can tell, because I had almost 12 seconds gap because of, I think we had different strategy on these two stints. I ran a little bit less fuel and thus I managed to pull a gap. And he probably went full fuel on the second stint as well. But I wasn't sure how my car will behave on that little fuel on first stint, so I went cautious a little bit and tried to bring more fuel. I went like 45 liters of fuel, and he went probably full tank. That's why he was slower. But yeah, caution happened, and then I had a little bit of fuel, fortunately, to come in and serve myself. Yeah, it was very stressful in the end. I thought Hank-Jan will get me because he is a very experienced and very good oval driver. I usually use his setups, but for this race I knew if I use his configuration I will probably lose this race to him, so I had to develop something myself. So it's quite an honor to beat him on track, on one of his favorite tracks as well, and mine too.
Yeah, the track's a lot of fun to drive, but it seems to lend itself to single file racing, and once you started catching up to lap traffic, it really didn't seem to be too much of a factor for you with the lack of side-by-side racing with some of those lap down cars.
So the thing is, when you come to lap traffic, dirty air effect is way too huge of a factor here on this track. That's why probably Hank-Jan wasn't able to catch me on that last stint up until finish line. So yeah, you have to either pass it or either let them go. But since I was faster, I tried to catch up to them, and I pushed a little bit harder in order to overtake them. So yeah, if the racing was a little bit more closer, that could have been a factor that could have cost the race. But since, thankfully for me, Hank-Jan missed the qualifying, I was able to win.
Well, next week we go back to our final road course of the season at Road America. Your thoughts with the Indycar and your confidence level at Road America for next week?
Well, usually when I finish the race on this track, I win. I have high expectations, but that level of expectations always gets me up to a certain pressure on tracks like Road America, because I am a guy who likes fast straight line speed, and for example, Hank-Jan loves understeer and a little bit more downforce. So it could be fun, but we'll see. Definitely one of favorite tracks to drive. Maybe not as much for the racing, because usually there are quite a bit of overtaking opportunities, to get me wrong, but they are kind of dangerous to get if you don't have the car to overtake, if you get me.
Well, good luck to you next week. 4 wins, 4 races of 4 wins. Hopefully we can see a 5th win next week. Good luck to you and congratulations.
Yeah, unbelievable. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, that's Alexei Salviev joining us up here in the booth, and another win for Alexei. Just a fantastic and dominant performance again out of him here in the IndyCar Series. It's been the Alexei show, that is for sure. Well, don't forget, we have Iowa Speedway coming up in a little while. Race number 2 of the season, the High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder, Iowa, baby, 175 laps. And in the Cup Series, should be a lot of fun. We had a fantastic race last night at Iowa in the Xfinity Series, and hopefully the Saturday Night Thunder will be the same. And a big field too. We had a really nice field last night as well, and made things a heck of a lot interesting. And speaking of the High Octane Racing League Bushwhackers Series, a little road course action. The first road course of the season, Race 3, will be at Daytona Road Course next week. 45-lap race coming up on Friday, January the 19th. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That is EliteHostingUSA.com. Thanks so much for joining me here on the TurnLeftTV. I appreciate everybody joining the race today. Appreciate the people racing, and also the people watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and get those videos out there for people to see. And if you haven't subscribed, always looking for new subscribers. And don't forget to smash that bell. You'll get updates of when races are going live. Also, I've got some links in the description of this race. Please click on those links and help me out here. One of those being the Sim Lab link. I'm an affiliate through them, and I have a Sim Lab rig and absolutely love it. And again, thanks for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Hank and all the folks joining us here today in the chat session. That's going to do it for me tonight. I am out of here.